Okay, everybody, we're about to start a new unit on perimeter. And today is our first lesson on perimeter. What we're going to be focusing on is understanding what perimeter is. So knowing when I hear the word perimeter, what that means. And also how to find the perimeter of polygons and other shapes. Okay, what is perimeter? If you look at these three shapes I have a triangle, I have a square, and I have a pentagon. And if you see, each of them has numbers by the sides. When you're finding the perimeter, you're looking for the measurement or the numbers that are at the sides of each side of the polygon or the shape. The perimeter is the distance or measurement around the figure. So if you look at these figures, 3 and 3 and 3 is the measurement or distance around this figure. And 4 and 4 and 4 and 4 is the distance or measurement around the figure. So if I put them together, I'm going to get the perimeter. On my pentagon, I have 2, 2, 2, 2, and 2. That is the distance or measurement around the figure. Okay, so everyone tell me, what is perimeter? Everyone read it with me. Start. Perimeter is the distance or measurement around a figure. Now that we've established what a perimeter is, the distance or measurement around a shape, how do I solve for the perimeter of a shape? When you see a shape like this one, you'll notice the numbers by the side tell you the length of each sides. So you find the perimeter by adding up all the sides. You can see that this shape has 4 sides, and all the sides are the same length, 7, 7, 7, and 7. So I would add the 4 sides together, and I have done a math problem right here for you. 7 plus 7 plus 7 plus 7. There are 4 7s in my math problem to match the 4 sides of this shape. If I add those together, let's do it. I'm going to group these two together, and that is 14. Group these together, and that's 14. And if I add 14 and 14 together, I'm going to get 28. The perimeter of this shape is 28. Let's try another shape. This shape has more than 4 sides. It has 6 sides, so let's find the perimeter. I have 2, 7, 7, 2, 7, and 7. So that's what I'm going to put into my problem. 2 plus 7 plus 7 plus 2 plus 7 plus 7. Now I can add those up. I'm going to group these two together, 14. These two together, 14, and then I can add those, and I can add, that's equal to 28, and then I can add 2 and 2 together, which is 4, and I can add 4 to my 28, and I get an answer of 32. So this shape has a perimeter of 32. Sometimes you'll be given a shape or a drawing on graph paper, and you will have a scale. How would we solve for the perimeter in these cases? Well, here is my scale. 1 square of my graph paper is equal to 1 inch. So every time I have a square, it's equal to 1 inch. Well, the first thing I'm going to need to do is count the sides. How many squares do I have for each side? Let's start on the bottom. Count with me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm going to record that so I don't forget. 7. Now let's do the sides. 1, 2, 3. Since both sides are the same height, I can write the number 3 on both sides. 3, 3. Let's do the top now. Look at the top. How many do we have on the top? 1, 2, 3. So we should write the number 3. Don't forget the sides right here. I have 1 and 1 on those sides. So I have 1 for this side and 1 for this side. Now I need to add up all those sides together. I'm going to start with this side and work my way around the shape and put them into my addition problem. So I have 3 plus 2 plus 1 plus 3 plus 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 7. I need to find the answer to that. Let's do this together. I know that 3 and 2 is equal to 5, and 5 and 1 is equal to 6, and 6 and 3 is equal to 9, and 9 with 1 more is equal to 10, and 10 plus 2 is 12, and 12 plus 3 more is 15. And then if I add 7 and 15 together, I get 22. The perimeter is 22. You'll also be asked to find the perimeter of shapes that are irregular. Let's try this one. This side is 14 yards, 9 yards, 7 yards, 10 yards, 14 yards. Let's do this. So we have 14 plus 9 plus 7 plus 10 plus 14. Okay, I'm going to make sure I group when I add so I don't get lost. I can add 14 and 9 together first. 14 and 9 would be 23. Then I'm going to group my 7 and 10 together. 7 and 10 are 17. Then I have 3 numbers I can do and add together. So I'm going to write them this way because it helps me add. And I'm going to be careful that I still line up my numbers. And I can put my line here. Now I can do this. All right. I know that 7 and 3 together are 10, plus 4 is 14. I'm going to remember to write my 4 in my 1s column and carry my 1 up to the 10s column. Now I'm ready to add my 10s column. 1 and 2 are 3, plus 1 more is 4, plus 1 more is 5. So the perimeter of this shape is 54. Now let's draw a shape when you're just given the perimeter. Look at this problem here. If you were asked to draw a shape that has the perimeter of 20, how would you start? Before you start, I need you to remember that the shape needs to be a closed shape. Now, I'm going to use what I remember about multiplication and division. I know how many my whole is. Altogether, the sides need to add up to 20. Now, I'm going to pick a shape that I can draw pretty well, and that is a square. A square has 4 sides. So, if I take 20 and I divide it into 4 equal parts or sides, each side will be 5. Let's draw that one together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now I have 4 sides and each side is 5. If I added them all back up, I would get 20 as the perimeter. Now, I can also do it a different way. What if I said, I'm going to make a shape that has 5 sides? That would be a pentagon. 20 is my whole, divided by 5 would be 4 for each side. So I could draw a pentagon and I could have 5 sides. Let's review. The perimeter is the distance around the figure. Turn to your neighbor and teach your neighbor what the perimeter is. Teach them that the perimeter is the distance around the figure. Ready, teach. Okay, friends, come back. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now turn to a different neighbor and teach them what the perimeter is, the distance around a figure. Ready? Teach. Come back. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and you're back. Now that you've taught your partners at your table or in your groups what a perimeter is, now teach how you find a perimeter. You find the perimeter of a shape by adding all the sides together. Ready? Turn to your partner. Teach them how you find the perimeter of a shape. Ready? Teach. Back. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Switch to another neighbor. Ready? Teach. And come back. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. You're back. All right. Let's go over this one more time. The perimeter of a shape is the distance around the figure. You find the perimeter of a shape by adding all the sides together. Now you're ready to practice.